Hey everybody, welcome to Randy's Road Life. Give me a second. Thought I'd do a video because of the death of a driver who got shot in his truck. Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do when it comes to firearms unless you carry your own firearm in your truck. That when you do that, you're assuming a risk because you're in a federally regulated CMV, commercial motor vehicle, going across state lines. And even if you have, let me turn this on, even if you have a CCW, it's probably only for your state. So if for some reason you get pulled over and they decided, hey, can we search your vehicle? Even if you say no, they get a search warrant, they search it, they find your firearm, you're going to jail. All right, so it puts us at a disadvantage because of the amount of ways we can protect ourselves in our trucks. So we all know West Memphis and Memphis is a really bad spot to stop. All right, and I understand that sometimes you got to. Right, you need fuel, you need to have to take a break or whatnot, but you have to trip plan properly so you can avoid these hazards. It's a hazard. It's part of the, unfortunately, it's part, it comes with the job because we become targets of sex trafficking. We become targets, and I'm not saying they're kidnapping truck drivers. What I'm saying is they got these young girls out here knocking on our doors and stuff like that. Now, that's never happened to me, so I've been pretty fortunate in that area. I mean, there's been prostitutes and whatnot. Maybe they're victims of sex trafficking. I don't know. But so far I haven't seen no young girls. I've seen some older women out, things of that nature. So here and there, haven't had a lot of that. Not as bad as it used to be. So, I mean, how do you protect yourself in your truck? Well, there's a few ways. I mean, you can get a tire thumper. All right. Another way you can do that, another thing you do, you can strap your doors. And what do I mean by that? You can run a strap through your door handles and back. And you get the flatbed straps that have the hook. So it's like this. And you strap your doors in so they can't be opened. Yeah, they can break your glass, okay? But by the time they break your glass, I'm hoping that you're awake, okay? Because you should be up when that glass breaks. It's gonna be pretty loud, it's gonna break, and then they have to either cut the straps or try to climb through the window and have to deal with the straps in the way. All right. So when that occurs, maybe you can reach your tire thumper, maybe you can't, maybe you can reach your phone, call 911. Another thing that I have, I think that's very helpful, is one of these. You see that? See how small this thing is? The thing almost disappears in my hand. Look at that. This is the Viper Tech. Has a little flashlight on it. But all the way up, red light's on. Boom. Okay. If that doesn't deter a guy from trying to come in my truck, well, he's about to get this. I can take pretty good care of myself, right? I'm a pretty damn good fighter, and I punch really hard. So once he get this, he's gonna get this, and he's gonna be in a world of trouble. But I really, really hope I never have to use this thing. I got it, but I hope I never have to use it. I've yet to have to worry about anyone breaking in my truck. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Okay, I understand that. And that's why I'm doing this video. So those of you who have taken your security for granted, you're lulled into a false sense of security because it's never happened to you, right? Maybe you've seen trucker feeds and things like that it's happened. So I want you to be aware of what you can do to safeguard yourself, right? If you're going to get a firearm in your truck, put it in a place you can reach it while you're sleeping. And when you're driving, please put that thing up. Put it up. There's all types of nooks and crannies in your truck. Put it up, place, just hide that damn thing. Hide it. All right? And when you stop, put it in a place again you can reach it. All right? So, excuse me, my nose is itching like crazy. So, my shift is about to start. So, but anyways, I'm about to go to Chicago. Man, my nose is itching like crazy. Wow. I want you guys to be safe. I want all of us to be safe and have a good career. And just take measures to make sure that your truck is hard to break into. The harder it is to break into, the more of a deterrent. Yeah, they might break your glass. It's better than your life. It's better than them taking your phone. Okay, that's a necessity. So, and then when you get a chance, this is what I do. Okay, I have a camera. I have a dash cam in here. All right. A lot of you know I have that Drive HD from Cobra. Now, what I do, okay, like if I'm at a mechanic shop, I turn the camera in to the cab and I roll film. All right. And then also, when I go to sleep, I turn the camera into the cab and roll film. That way, I know someone can hit my truck, but I won't catch it. And I know most of the trucking accidents actually happen in truck stops. However, if someone breaks in my truck, I have footage. If someone, for some reason, kills me, there's footage in my truck. So it's unfortunately, we have to take these measures. But one of the things you can do is do your pre-trip properly. I'm not talking about pre-trip inspections. I'm talking about pre-trip planning. Do your pre-planning of where you're going to go, where you're going. I know I'm going to Chicago. Okay? I very rarely stop at Chicago truck stop. Very rarely. Maybe once a year. Maybe twice at the most. I go through Chicago a lot. All right? Very rarely do I ever stop in West Memphis. Any of those truck stops. I can't tell you, I probably haven't stopped at a West Memphis truck stop in over a year. But I hate stopping in the West Memphis truck stop. I'm there, if I stop, it's there for a very short time. Okay, the only time I really go out there is to go to Channel 5 CB shop. Right, when I'm rolling through there, when I happen to be going through. So, I don't like stopping in any other Memphis, not just West Memphis, but Memphis truck stops. Look, dude, they're all bad. Any truck stop could be a hazard. Think about this. Dallas, Texas. The truck stops in Dallas, Texas are horrible. Especially the one, I believe, on exit 466 on I-20. I believe that's the one. It's a pilot. It's very small. All right. Also, it might be 422, maybe 466. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, Stockton, California. Please don't stop at these truck stops. That's a very bad truck stop. Stockton, California. All right. Baltimore, Maryland. Those TAs like that. Come on, man. Yeah, you pay to park, but it doesn't secure your safety. All right. places in New York, New Jersey, all these places, you know. So even Atlanta, you got to be very careful about where you're stopping. All right. If you don't know, then go on one of the trucker feeds on Facebook and ask, hey man, I'm coming into such a truck stop. What do you guys think about this? You know, there are some helpful truck drivers that will give you information. Not everyone on Facebook that's a truck driver is a dick, because a lot of them guys on Facebook there's some trolls, you know, on there, and there's a lot of guys that have self-esteem insecurity issues, and so they come on Facebook to try to be tough or whatever. It's completely unnecessary. But there are some of us that will try to answer your questions and help you out, you know, if we're aware that your question is even there. So, but post it on more than one page. That way you get more than one answer. All right? Don't be afraid to ask the question, because only idiots don't ask questions. Right? If you go into a place and something very negative happens to you as a result of you not asking the question, it's your own fault. Right? I just warned you of some truck stops not to go to. Right? So if you go there and you're there for an extended period of time, maybe for like a 10-hour or whatever, and not just the fuel and leave, then it's your own fault if something happens to you, because you have been forewarned. All right? Don't stop at Stockton, California truck stops. Don't stop in West Memphis or Memphis truck stops. Be very careful of these big cities, these truck stops in big cities. All right? Be very wary. These are places of crime: drugs, prostitution, robberies, theft. Either they steal your truck, your load, or both, or do something to you in the process. Houston, Texas is another bad one. I'm talking about the ones in the inner city areas, like the Pilot and the Loves down through there. It's very bad. I've seen flatbed loads get stolen right off the bed. People have nothing else to do but to cut up people's straps. I've seen that happen. They come on and cut your straps. You know, I walked into went there and find the guy, you know, inside the truck stop. He's coming out of the shower. I was like, you know, finally find him. I'm like, dude, someone just cut your straps on your flatbed. Dude, look on his face, was priceless. You know, but you stop here. You know, and I understand, you know, you want to stop as close to your load. You want to take a 10-hour, but man, dude, you got to be aware of where you're at, and you got to take measures. So, Houston truck stops are really bad. Dallas truck stops are really bad. So, dude, just be aware of where you're at. Arizona truck stop, Phoenix, Arizona truck stops can be really bad. And so, look, if you have any questions, just let me know. I've been everywhere. And, you know, yesterday I was in New York, New Jersey, and I only stopped along in there to get 30 gallons of fuel and I leave. So if I'm in an area like that and I have to have fuel, because I was at an eighth of a tank, actually my light was on. My fuel light was on. All I did was splash and leave. Not there long enough to say hi, bye, and smile at anybody. You know, I put 30 gallons of fuel in my tank and got the hell out of there. You know, because I don't need the complications in my life. You know, it's not about being a tough guy or a dangerous individual. It's about being smart and not putting yourself in circumstances that cause extreme complications or negative effects in your life that could very possibly affect your family in a negative way. So if you are the breadwinner in your family and something happens to you, then you have to understand that your family is going to be devastated. And hopefully you have insurance, you know, to help them out. But be forewarned, what I told you, establish measures for security in your truck when you stop for extended periods of time, you know, and safeguard yourself first and foremost. You are the priority, not the truck. You are the priority. So strap your doors, get a taser. If you have to get a pistol or some type of firearm, you know, make sure you put it in an area where one, it can be found, and two, you can reach it when you're not moving. And three, always pre-plan properly and know where you're at. First of all, know your terrain, know where you're at, know the truck stop, look it up, ask other truck drivers what they think, and use some intelligence about this. Use some common sense. Don't be that guy that ends up on the news. Know that you were another victim in a truck stop. Don't be that guy. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. For those of you who are interested in my friend Trucker Todd, he's doing a video on Walmart transportation. It's probably gonna be pretty interesting. He's I'm sure he's done his research on it. So he don't drive for them. He actually drives for Roadrunner Freight. He's a friend of mine from Roadrunner. And he's been driving for quite a long time, so he might have something interesting to say about that if you're interested in it. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hang this up. I gotta start my pre-trip. I'm out of here. I'm going to Chicago. The place the BB Key Group, Key Carrier, who I work for, they bring the trucks in every now and then to take a look at them, all that good stuff. But as you see, you know, my truck is squeaky clean. I keep my truck very well organized, and keep the floors swept, and I vacuum my carpet. I do have a handheld vacuum. I don't have that little wet, dry little thing. That thing's trash. And they charge $70 for it in the truck stop. I have a real vacuum in here, and I have a trash can, trash bags. I'll show you what I use. I use these. You can see them. They're Glad Force Flex Plus Febreze. Every time I break out a trash bag, dude, it lights up my whole truck like I didn't spray Febreze in here. So it's pretty slick. And with that, peace out, everybody, and have a safe trip wherever you're going.